Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Live, or let's crack open the cosmic egg this morning. You know, like for breakfast. Let's have some scrambled culture. You know, the culture egg. Let's crack it open and have some scrambled eggs. So, let me get my timer going. It's working. And I'm pumped up and ready to go. We're getting some rain, a little bit, maybe some more. And last night at Martini Time, I talked about the play is the thing. And I'd given a talk at the Heartfulness Meditation Center in Richmond. Well, it wasn't a talk. They just gave me we did a video interview. And I talked about my story. And, you know, I'm tired of thing with like MacGyver. You jump in and play with what's given. If you're a playful cook, you got some ingredients, you play around with it and come up with something. If you're a chemist, or if you're a plumber, and you need something to get a fix, you play around with stuff and it comes up. You jury rig something. So play is always, and this is also funny too, a lot of the jokes on the internet are the redneck. Play out of what's given, wherever they are, in war. You see kids creating play out of something, and so then we go into when we leave childhood, we go into the culture egg, and we forget how to play. Now it's very serious, but we're told the commandment is, particularly in our culture, think outside the box. Well, play isn't thinking. We should more or less say play outside the box. Or the egg. Play outside the egg. What's outside the egg is play. You see what I mean? What's outside of the culture egg, which is created by, the shell is held together by thinking. Serious thinking. Analysis. Commentary. Discussion, argument, polarization, you see, that all holds the shell together. And we're trying to get out of the egg by thinking. But thinking holds the egg together. Thinking is who I am. I'm a thinker. I think, therefore I am, said Descartes. I think, therefore I am in a shell. Thinking is the known. Thinking equals known. See? I can only think about the known world, and the known world is the cosmic egg. The known. Out here, this vast space is unknown. But play is out there. Play is basically the interaction of the unknown with the known. So if you're on a family excursion and you have a flat tire, and the parents are all stressed out because they can't get to where they were going, you see, and the child begins to play with the nuts, and he makes a little car out of the nuts in the sand, in the dirt, and he's moving them around like little cars. He's playing. He's creating cars out of the known. He's not thinking it. He's just in a playful or creative imagination. So his play is that he creates cars out of what's given, out of the known, you see. So he's a creator of a world. And so he is a creator. He creates the game or the play out of the created. Created. Or the known. Okay? So the created is the known, like the nuts those are nuts. But the child says, no, they're cars. And this is what I love, always say, is the MacGyver principle. That's a new show now, but I like the old one. Haven't watched the new one. But the principle is the same. The principle is that MacGyver creates a new world out of the created, out of what's known, out of what's given. So you take what's given and you create something new. Steve Jobs did that. Great example of that. So the created was computers, IBM, or computers as they existed. That was known. He imagined a new world. A Mac, an iPhone, an iPad, iTunes. You see, he imagined new worlds out of what's created. He's a creator / created. The creator doesn't create something out of nothing. He creates it out of what's given. The environment, the conditions, the things around us, the form around us. So the creator is empty. And the created is form. You see where we're going here? You see, form, the known, stuff, things given, the world created, the known, thoughts, what I've named. I've named everything. When I name everything, I know it. But if I'm a fundamentalist, it can't change. This is a marker. I name it. That's what it is. You can't use this as a door prop. You can't use this to hold up a window. That's not what it is. It's a marker. Oh, that's the way a fundamentalist thinks. Everything is named. Everything is created. You can't evolve. You can't change the Constitution. You can't change the Bible. It's all created. It's static. It's the known. You see, it's inside the cosmic egg. You don't want to go outside that egg. The known, even though it's hell, it's better than the unknown, you see. The known is, even though it's painful, is secure. Because the unknown, whoa, that's like death. If I go into the unknown, there will be no form. And if there's no form, there's no me. Because I'm a thing, and I've been named. God named me, my parents named me, culture names me. I'm static. I can't change. And yet I feel something is holding me back. Something is keeping me from growing. Something is keeping me from being the creator. Something's holding me back from my emptiness. You see, I can't have a new cup of coffee until I empty this one. If I hold this up and say fill it up and it's already full of coffee, it's going to spill over. So if I fill up the known, I fill up the egg with the known, with the forms, with the names of all the things, you see, that are given and designed and static, you see. I'm not empty. I can't grow. I'm just this. I can't get any more coffee. I can't create anything. I'm not empty. So I've got to empty myself. This is the spiritual path. You slowly disinvest yourself from your attachment to the created, to the form, to the known. And you get down to yourself. You start getting down to where it's close to the bone. You start getting down to the bottom of the cup. You see, what if I take that last, I drink this, I'm not going to drink it all now, but every time I take a sip of the known, every time I see the known as just form, as not being as being transparent, every time I see the form, that opaque, created, known form, every time I see that as being transparent, I go through it. And I go to the next levels. So I keep going through the levels of the known, the cup, by sipping them with my seeing. I keep sipping them with my mindfulness. I keep sipping them with my awareness. Every time I take a sip of the known with awareness, I go through it. It no longer binds me. It's gone. I'm getting emptier. I'm getting lighter. I'm getting more creative. I'm getting more joyful. I'm getting more playful. I'm having more fun. I'm having more fun with life. I'm playing with life. It's a joyous life. Because every time I every time I don't take a sip, I feel heavy. The cup's getting heavy. What's in this? Why am I getting heavy? You say, there's some more coffee there. One sip at a time, I'm getting lighter. I'm getting lighter. One sip at a time, you see. And I'm moving from the created, from the form, from the known, towards the creator, towards the empty, towards the unknown. See? So I begin to move in that direction. But fear and the fundamentalist mind and the created mind is moving in that direction, you see. So we're either going towards more security, more fear, more form, more known, more solidity, and more misery, or we shift and we start going toward being the creator, the playful, the empty, and the unknown. You see, we're going in two different. We're kind of like here. You see, but our culture is going in two different directions at the same time. We've got a tremendous force going in this direction called Trumpism. It's going towards being created, being informed, being the known, not changing, putting up walls. Keeping out the creator, keeping out the empty and the unknown. You see, all of this unknown. And we demonize this side here. We demonize the creator, the empty and the unknown. We demonize play and we demonize children, who are the embodiments of play, you see. And when you demonize the other, you see, so you put the other here, is a demon, then that solidifies your form. It solidifies the known. And the other then becomes the unknown. And you got to keep it out. You got to build a wall. You see. You got to go to war against it. War against the other. War against the unknown. Actually, that's what the war on terror is. The war on terror is a war against the unknown. Terror is the unknown. So the more we have the terror over here, the more solidified, and the more walls we get up, and the more fearful, and the more security we create, and the more guns we have. See, the guns are on this side of the wall. Everybody should have a gun here against the unknown. Everybody should have a gun to keep away the creator aspect of ourselves. Everyone should have a gun to keep away the emptiness, to keep away the unknown, and to keep away play. You don't see the head of the NRA playing. This is serious business, you see. Can you imagine Trump rolling on the floor playing with children? I can't. So thinking is on this side here. The creator is not thinking. He thinks after he creates. All inventors, artists, musicians, insight, all comes from a creative idea and insight. But that insight is not thinking. Thinking is thinking is like you imagine. You're a potter, and you imagine a new pot. You get a vision of a pot. It's a vision. It's an image. And then thinking would be the hands that take the clay and make the new pot. But you have an idea that comes from play, that comes from emptiness, that comes from the unknown, comes from you as the creator. comes in as a insight, creative image, metaphor, vision, whatever. And then thinking turns it into form. And then you put it on the shelf and everybody says, oh, that's so beautiful. And then maybe someone else can, if it's a scientific formula, then other people can recreate what you did. See, once you create a form that becomes reproducible, you can make a business out of it. You can become an entrepreneur, you see. You can mass produce it. But the original idea did not come from thinking, did not come from form, did not come from the created. It came from the empty cup. It came from the unknown. You could say it came from God, or it came from emptiness. Potential. Okay. So we're looking here at potential. Now we get into quantum physics. So quantum physics sees reality as potential. And then when we perceive it, we are the creator, and we create reality by perceiving it, and it becomes what we perceive through our creative perception. But it comes out of pure potential. It could be anything. But I choose to make it this, and then you choose to make it that. So we have a world, you see, that is divided. So here's pure potential, PP, pure potential, and an event happens. A mass shooting happens. Bam. And so then our divided world, our known world, perceives it as number one reality, and this side here perceives it as number two reality, you see. And so now these two realities, you might say the left and the right, go around and around trying to disprove the other reality. Guns are good, guns are bad. No, guns are bad, guns are good. Wow, you see. So both are form, but we're locked in a polarity, and we are avoiding the unknown. We're avoiding seeing it in a new way. We're avoiding the emptiness of it. We've filled ourselves up with the polarity, and we just go round and around and around, creating misery. And we are miserable because we are avoiding our own potential. We are avoiding our unknown. We're avoiding being empty. We are not emptying the cup. We're just turning around inside, you see. The cup looks like this and that. This and that stew. This and that, the polarity. We're living in a polarity reality. Everything divides into two, like Noah's Ark, you see. Everything comes in pairs. Everything in this world that we've created, it's like Noah's Ark, a culture of Noah's Ark, where everything comes in. As soon as something happens, it becomes a pair of opposites. And then they start going around and around on the internet and on the TV with the talking heads, churning it up, wow, 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 wow. And it's going like, whoa, it's like a feedback loop. Stick a mic in an amplifier, wow, 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 turn it off. Well, that's where we are in our culture. Turn it off. Can't stand it anymore. We're just going around and around. We're avoiding our potential. We're avoiding our unknown. We're avoiding being the creator. We see everything as being already created and divided up into two equal but opposite camps. And there's no play in that. There's no play. Serious business. Okay, folks, thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you this evening at Martini time.